All right, ladies and gents, gonna do some shed hunting today. See what we can get into. Currently gonna go check some food plots that we got on this property, and then I'll start following some game trails and see if we can pick anything up today. So let's find out. Coming up on this second plot, I already checked one, so we'll see if we got anything on this or not. I didn't see anything out here. It's real windy, so sorry if it's hard to hear, but I'm gonna head into this tall grass up into these cedars way over here and see if we can find anything in here. So there's just so much bedding activity over here in this tall grass. I mean, it's just everywhere. All these trails going through here. We just have a bunch of deer, and we actually have a small herd of elk on this property in Kansas, which is really, really cool. Not very common at all. So this is most likely just all the whitetail, but I'm gonna follow some of these trails and into these other bedding areas and see if there's anything dropped within here. Fun. It's also currently April 11th today, and I don't know about everyone else, but a lot of the whitetail around here have been holding on pretty late. They haven't been dropping. So I've been out here multiple times, probably 5-6 times, put in about 30 miles, and I've found one shed from this year, and it was a first year little spike. So most of everything seems to still be holding on, but I have waited a couple weeks. Like I said, it's April 11th now, so hopefully some of these have been dropping. We'll see. Well, it's gonna be impossible to hear me, but I'm walking through all this bedding area. I paused to see where I was on Onyx, and I didn't even go. I can't even see it. Oh yeah, I just stepped right here on the trail, found something. It's just gonna be a little chalk. My goodness. Yeah. That would have been a good size at fresh and not chewed up, but this thing is old. Probably 2 to 3 years old, super chewed up, but I guess we're technically on the board, so I'll take it. On it. All right, so we went through all those bedding areas, found this one real old chewed up thing. So we keep on going, see what we can find. I know it's gonna be too hard to hear, but I'm walking through all this grass again, just coming through here. Spotted this little guy. Another really old one. Still have yet to find a fresh shed, but it's a little 2.3 point, the little brow guard right there. Yep. Just a little guy, pretty old, chewed up, but it's the second one to add, so let's see if we can find a fresh one already. Well, I'm just walking through here. I come up to this. I thought it was a fox at first, but it just looks like a bunch of deer hair just balled up. I don't know what this is. I mean, it looks like it could be an animal, but then at the same time, it's just a ball of deer fur, a little bit of tissue. So I don't know. It's pretty odd, but still looking. Haven't found much luck. Still just trying to find the first new shed of this year, and I found plenty of old ones, but man, I'm about wiped out. Still on the hunt for a new shed, so we'll just keep going and following these game trails. There's a big old rub here. Just absolutely destroyed this little thicket right here and just messed that up. Let's go find the antlers that did it. Come on. Well, it's not a shed. I know. Skull right there. Lower jaw. That little spinal column here. Well, we've been going for a minute. Still haven't found anything yet. Just gonna keep looking. See what happens. About 20 yards over into this little opening. Looks like we found a dead turkey, or where it was, where the body was carried off to, but all kinds of feathers and stuff going on here, so see if we run into that or not. Guys, I cannot believe I just found this. Oh my goodness. To preface once again, I live in Kansas, okay? I'm not in Montana. I'm not in Colorado. I'm not in all these places where there's elk everywhere. This is a primary white-tailed deer state, okay? And this isn't like western Kansas either, bordering Colorado. This is like pretty central Kansas. I just found my second ever elk shed out here. The first one was a spike, a single spike, looking like an alien. And it was just a single 2 foot long spike. And this is a hard white. It's either a hard white or it's a chalk. But either way, I am stoked to find this. I cannot believe I just found this. Let's go. Let me show you guys this. So I came poking out of the trees over here, following this trail. I wasn't even following this trail. I just kind of came out of the trees like, all right, I'm gonna go check this opening out, you know. We got a nice little grassy opening here. I'm walking over here, looking at this brush pile, and I see, oh my goodness, man. Yeah, it's a chalk, but I mean, check that out. Oh man. Yeah, it's at least a couple years old, a little chewed on, but this thing is crazy. For Kansas, you're not finding this. No one's finding this, so. Let me grab this. Here, let's pick this thing up. Oh man. I cannot believe I found this. I'm stoked. Yeah, this thing is a complete chalk. But 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was a 6 point in Kansas. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got the little whale tail up top. Man, I'm glad I found this before where it's completely destroyed, but wow. Pretty dirty. Man, check that out. That is a Kansas bull elk shed right there for you. Chalk to high heaven, but I will take it. Pretty big base on that. Check that out. Got some good mass to it for sure. Up here, as well as at the base. I mean, again, wish I would have found that a little sooner, but I'll take it. I think I'm gonna do a couple laps around here, just a little spiral around, see if there is a second side somewhere. Might as well look for that. So, all kinds of rubs throughout here. I really just still think most of these whitetail are holding on to their antlers, and you know, it's later than normal. I know it happens. Just depends on just multiple variables, weather throughout the year, stuff like that. So I'm really just thinking they're holding on, but man, my day can't be ruined after finding that elk shed. So that's my first real elk shed out here, besides that that single spike. So man, I'm set. Still gonna look at it a little longer, see if we can find anything else, but not sure. All right, so I was following this game trail up through all this grass, coming up here, looking around, peeked off to my left. Obviously you can see that white showing through. They're chalked. Nice 5 point though. I mean, it's got some weird length sticking out a little bit, shoot up some, but pretty small base. But I mean, not a bad shed at all. Pretty good size. Probably the biggest I found today outside of that elk shed, which you just simply can't beat that. But not a bad shed, just a little old. See if we can find something else. So that last antler you just saw was the last shed that I found yesterday. Still didn't find any from this year, so I know they're still hanging on to them. So we'll probably head back out in a few weeks, try again, see if we can find some more. But I'll recap real quick what I found. So I'm missing one of my whitetail sheds here from yesterday. I actually gave it to my brother's dog to chew on, but they're all just so old. I mean, that was probably the second one I found. No, this is the second one I found, this little 3 point. Came across this one after, then this was the biggest one right at the end you guys saw. Nice 5 point. I wish it was new, would have been a lot better, but still a good shed. And then got the chickens over here, and then we found that 6-point elk shed, which is still just blows my mind. Can't believe I found that. So I'll be excited for that for a while. Got the old chick right here. But like I mentioned, I will be going back out in a few weeks, probably mid-May. And I'll probably be finding some of this year's antlers, so that'll be a good video. Let me know if you guys want to see any of that. I also may be heading to Colorado for the May 1st shed opener in 2 to 3 weeks. So if you guys want to see that as well, hopefully I'll be able to pull some real elk antlers, out of Colorado. Much more likely than the one I found here in Kansas, but we'll see what happens there. I may end up doing that, and if you guys want to see any of that, just let me know below. That'd be great. So appreciate you guys for watching.